I'm just gonna hurt you. Really? Really bad. Okay, so I'm going to start with very moisturized skin. My favorite product right now is this Makeup Forever Hydrating Primer because it prevents your skin from getting flaky underneath your foundation. If you have issues with that, my skin can get kind of dry on the surface. I really recommend checking this out. It really helps a lot. Since we're going to be wearing a lot of foundation and products on the skin to make it appear more white, prepping the skin is so crucial. Unless, of course, you're going for a more messy Heath Ledger version of the Joker, then honestly, the worse your face makeup looks, the better. But for this look, I pulled most of my inspiration from Jared Leto's version of the Joker in Suicide Squad. It just felt a lot more glam to me, and I really liked it aesthetically. I once saw Jared at a party, and honestly, I've never seen a guy that much prettier than most girls in my entire life. But Heath Ledger's Joker is definitely my favorite, though, as far as like character-wise. But anyway, so as you can see, I started out with a foundation that's a bit lighter than my skin tone all over. Literally all over. I'm pretty sure Jared's brows were either shaved entirely or just covered for this film. I hate covering my brows with glue stick and stuff, so I just opted to use a brow spoolie and foundation and concealer just to brush through my own brow hairs to make them a lot less noticeable and kind of give that like almost bleached out appearance. This is just a really quick and easy way to get that effect going without having to like actually cover your brows. Then, using this Kat Von D white concealer in the center and high points of the face, I'm just really trying to bring lightness to the look and make it look a lot more, like the Joker. I'm pushing that into the skin with a damp beauty blender sponge just to get this to look as seamless as possible. I don't know about you guys, but I find that white pigments can be really tricky to make look even on the skin, so really take your time, especially if you want this to look kind of perfect. I even ran a layer of the white concealer through my eyebrows and then went ahead and set everything in place with a translucent powder. This one is also from Kat Von D's line. I really like it so far. Moving on to the eyes, I'm really working on making the entire eye area look a bit more sunken in. I'm starting with a matte taupey brown shade and a fluffy brush, and I'm working that into the sockets all the way around the eye. So you want them to look really sunken in, really tired. Make sure to really get the inner corners by the nose very well. I noticed that was where, for Jared, they seem to have a lot of darkness and depth added. This doesn't need to be perfect at all unless you want it to be. It depends on what your inspiration is. For me, I wanted the eyes to look like maybe it's eye makeup that's like kind of messy, but also like maybe it's bruised. Like who knows? You know what I mean? From that point, I layered on some purple and black eyeshadows, again, to give that kind of bruised appearance. If you're really bad at making smoky eyes not look like you've got punched in the eye, this is the perfect look for you because you kind of want it to look kind of bad. Next, I took some of a cranberry shade along the lower lash line as Jared's lower lash line was very red in a number of the pictures that I looked up. Yeah, I haven't actually seen anything other than clips from Suicide Squad. Anyway, I lined the inner rims of the eye with a pink eyeliner pencil from Lancome. If you have a red pencil that's safe for use around the eye area, you can go ahead and use that for an even more intense look. For myself, the pink was decent enough. I kind of wanted this to be a little bit more girly anyway. I then finished off the eyeshadows with some more of that cranberry shade in the socket, just for more like layering and depth and all of that. If you wanted to have a more authentic Jared Leto version of the Joker, you could just stop right here with the eyes, but I wanted to be a little bit more glam, so I lined the top lash line with black liquid liner. I created a really nice wing. Then went ahead, I put on lots of black mascara and even false lashes. Again, I wanted something a little bit more glam. You don't have to do all this, but I really wanted to. Then I moved back to the face and I started contouring the cheeks and the face just to accentuate my own bone structure as much as I possibly could. What I loved the most about the Jared Leto version of the Joker was how chiseled the features were. I mean, he naturally has very chiseled features, but I mean, they really accentuated it. Almost, I felt like they were trying to make him look more like a skeleton or a vampire actually, which I really liked. So I'm using matte gray eyeshadows and then some normal like brown contouring shades from the Lorac Pro palette. I kind of went a little bit heavy-handed, but that's what beauty blenders and translucent powder are for. It doesn't need to be too perfect, so don't get like too stressed out. It's Halloween, have fun. I contoured my nose and the temples as well, just to really make the tops of the cheekbones pop by contrast. Then I lined my lips and filled them in with Kat Von D's lipstick in Hellbent. I used a lot of Kat Von D in this tutorial. That was not intentional, it was an accident. This isn't a sponsored video at all. I actually bought a lot of this stuff with my own money. After that's all done, you've got to do the tattoos, at least as far as the face goes. They have like sellers on Etsy that sell these things, but you can always just get a friend with really pretty handwriting to write on your face with like a liquid liner or something. But to make this look really glam, I highlighted using Kat Von D's eyeshadow in Thunderstruck on the tops of my cheekbones for a really icy highlight. This is the first time I use this eyeshadow as a highlighter, and I kind of love it. I wanted something very intense, and I think this worked out really great. Then I went ahead and put on a green wig that I bought from eBay, and it's kind of awful because you can see so much of the wig cap that the hair is attached to. So I just took some green eyeshadows to go over the spots and just make them look a lot less obvious. I even went around and covered like my actual hair that was like peeking throughout the sides. This is a great tip if you ever get stuck with a really weird wig. This is why I'm showing you guys all of this stuff. I even took a black eyeshadow to the roots just to give more dimension, make it look a little bit more realistic, like maybe it's like actual hair that's grown out a little bit, you know what I mean? I then took some of that black eyeshadow around the inner corners of the lips and created a line down the center just for a more dark, sexy, dimensional kind of look. And you can totally stop here if you wanted something that's closer to the Jared Leto version, that's just like really glam but still sort of pretty. But I wanted to do a semi-hybrid look, so I made the mouth look a little more like Heath Ledger's version. I used a black eyeliner to sketch out the scars a little bit. Then I went over with red and black eyeshadows and a little bit of fake blood. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it interesting, helpful, entertaining. If you do this look, please tag me. I would love to see what you guys come up with and what you guys create. And as always, I look forward to talking to you again very, very soon. Happy Halloween!